Okay.
I want to thank everybody here for coming. I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me. You know, we all have things in common as a community and as a neighborhood. John F. Kennedy once famously said, "We all inhabit this small planet. We all cherish our children's futures, and we are all mortal." For those of us with children, I know we do value their futures. Many of us value other things as well. We value our families, we value our careers, and we value our relationship with God. While these things are great values to have, I value something a little bit different. What I value is freedom. The freedom to spend more time with our families, the freedom to pursue a greater education, the freedom to take home more of your paycheck, and the freedom to pursue a complete and fulfilling relationship with God. For these reasons and many others, I've decided to announce my candidacy for Colorado House of Representatives in District 7. This is a decision I did not make lightly. I've taken many months to meet and consult personally, one-on-one with my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I've met one-on-one with my pastor and my close friends, and I've had many meetings at the dinner table with family and friends to discuss this very issue. We've all come to the same conclusion, that in order to improve our community and unite us toward a more common goal and prosperous future, I must humbly seek this public office. I believe we must first start by empowering our working families, trusting our working families to make decisions for their own future is a basic principle upon which this state was founded. The Colorado Constitution tells us that all power comes from us, the working family, the individual, the sovereign people. But what is a working family, and how do we define it? A working family, in my definition, is any family or group of people or individual working toward a goal. Whether your goal is to find a higher paying job, go to school, or simply to put food on the table each night, you are a working family, and this campaign is going to be for you. Our state government could and should be doing more for working families. Instead, our legislature spends their time debating and passing meaningless and non-binding Iraq war resolutions, raising our taxes, and driving good businesses out of our state with regulations. State regulations on trucking companies, for example, have driven many companies to locate just beyond Colorado's borders. This has left our state without the 100 largest high-paying truck companies in the country. Our government also discourages small business startups and medium business growth with over-regulations. Our state has to be more business-friendly in the future. Providing good tax credits for companies that wish to move here, providing incentives and not regulations for companies that switch or use alternative energies. Rewarding and not punishing businesses that provide services for their communities, such as ESL classes for our immigrant workers and families. We need fewer restrictions and more benefits on all businesses, regardless of size. I will work hard and diligently to ensure that high-paying technology jobs moving from California because of over-regulations find their way to Colorado for their future home. With more businesses moving to Colorado, our families will benefit with a more competitive job market. Putting more Coloradans to work will increase our state revenue. With an increase in state revenue, we can actually cut taxes. For many people in government, they see a tax decrease as a loss in government revenue. I look at it very differently. I see a tax decrease as a pay raise for the Colorado family. When you get your paycheck currently, you get taxed and income tax, which is about 4%, on top of the federal taxes you already pay. When you spend that money to buy things that's already been taxed, you get taxed again. That's a sales tax, about 7%. For example, when you stop by the gas station to fill up your gas pump, you don't got to worry because the government hasn't forgotten about you there either. With every gallon of gas you pump, our state takes 14%. Gas prices are hovering around $3 a gallon. I know because they just filled up yesterday. Without our government taxes, it would be $2.60 a gallon. When you finally get home after that long day's work, you better make sure you paid your property taxes. Because if you didn't, it's not going to be your house anymore, it's going to belong to the tax collector. Even with these heavy tax burdens that's been placed on us every day, our government still says it's not enough. In fact, the Governor's Blue Ribbon Commission panel has suggested a new vehicle mileage tax. This would require government to place monitors in every one of our vehicles and keep track of how much we drive, and then tax us accordingly. There are more proposals to increase our state income tax, our state gas tax, and to launch a new array of taxes upon us. Keep in mind these new taxes don't replace any of the taxes we currently pay, and merely duplicate existing taxes. In my opinion, government's much like an adolescent teenager. In order to stop them from wasting money, you have to cut up the credit card. I don't see why this solution doesn't apply to our own government. Be assured if the big spenders in our state capital get their way, they'll charge everything to our taxpayers' express card. Believe me, they never leave home without it. With each passing year, our education system gets worse and worse. I believe more family and community involvement in our education system is the answer. Not more government, more taxes, and more spending. Giving parents and teachers more say in how we teach our children will increase the accountability of our education system. For many years now, we have heard that more money and more taxes is the answer to our education problems. I strongly disagree. I believe the solution has very little to do with money and everything to do with our children's motivation to learn. My mother attended a one-room schoolhouse with grades 1 through 12 in the same room. Leesville School, located in Indiana, had very little funding and very little resources. Schools just like this one across America graduated a generation that set foot on the moon, invented the computer, and gave us the easy way of life as we know it today. Providing for more charter schools, giving more choices to parents and community, and the influence of the educational process will increase family participation in our children's education. I support encouraging a strong relationship between parents and teachers to work together to bring more discipline and better educational environment to all of Colorado schools. I strongly believe that only together can we make a huge difference in our education process here in Colorado. In fact, I believe we can make Colorado the envy of all other states when it comes to education. Many people today charge Republicans are always against things and never for anything. I'll make it very clear right now that I am for the working family. I am for better jobs for our state. I am for a better education system for our future. And I'm for a more prosperous future for everyone in Colorado. 28 years ago today, Ronald Reagan announced his candidacy for presidency of the United States. Staying committed to those same American values that President Reagan used, we can stand united and accomplish any goal we set out to achieve. Over the next year, I'll be visiting and talking with members of the community directly. I will personally find out what issues are important to everyone and how best to represent those issues at the Capitol. Many people have told me this will be a difficult journey ahead. Indeed, it may be. Luckily, I have a great support system, which consists of a loving wife, supportive parents, friends, and family. I love this state and I love our community. No matter what happens during the course of this campaign, I will constantly be reminded by the words of one of America's greatest presidents. The probability that we may fall in the struggle ought not deter us from the support of a cause we believe to be just. It shall not deter me. Abraham Lincoln. I humbly offer my experience and solutions as your candidate to lead our community to a brighter future. I ask for your support and your vote this coming November 2008 to make it all possible. I look forward to meeting each and every one of you on the campaign trail. For now, God bless, and thank you for coming.